The attempt to dwell within oneself is so unnoticed. It's a habit. So use the reminders to purify constantly. Otherwise, you're going to be dull as usual. It's a subtle thing. This attempt to dwell within any states, any conditions, always grasping to itself on and on. So use sentences of reminders. Discarding itself so that there will be a discarding all that grasping within any state of mind. No grasping for the non-grasping itself. Use the reminder to purify constantly, because the attempt to dwell, to grasp within any state of mind is a subtle thing. It's a habit that is uncountable. Therefore, when it is attempting to dwell within itself, it's not opening. This is blocking the great compassion, because it's not purifying samsara. It's just realms of existence within oneself. Therefore, use reminder to diligently purify. Let go of the letting go itself. Discard the discarding itself. You can use any sentences. Give up the giving up itself. Any sentences can be used, because that's going to be giving up already to itself. Diligently use the reminders constantly. Discard the discarding itself. The reminders that purify themselves. Thoughts that purify themselves. Disengaging doesn't grasp itself. Let's be thorough. The reminders purify themselves. Thoughts purify themselves. The disengage that has nothing to do with itself. Disengage from disengaging itself. Use the reminder that purifies itself well. Beware of rushing, the determining forward. It doesn't work, because it's not stepping back from the stepping back itself, because it's still moving forward within oneself, by oneself. That is invalid. So step back from the stepping back itself more often. All that kind of projecting forward is just the whirling ways. Step back from the stepping back itself. No grasping for the non-grasping itself constantly. With this, it will be helping truly through unwinding and releasing for samsara. The determination is the habits of samsara's habits of karma, projecting, determining. Step back from the stepping back itself. Give up the giving up itself. Constantly use the reminders to purify themselves. The thoughts that purify themselves has to be used constantly. Therefore, it will purify everything, all the maintaining, thinking, projecting, determining. All of these intentional karma will be dissolved totally. Step back from the stepping back itself. Step back from the disengaging itself. This is called disengagement that doesn't grasp itself. The reminders that always purify themselves. In this way, it will spark all about purification for everything. Step back from the mind. Step back from everything. Step back from the mind. Step back from the stepping back itself. No grasping for the non-grasping itself. With this, it will end the ego self within sinking and maintaining. Let there be the reminders that purify themselves more often. It will turn into something that is purifying totally within and without. This is the recalls that purify itself, the reminders that purify itself. This is not about reminder within for the sake of itself. It is purifying itself. It's not to create something from it. This is the reminders that purify themselves. Discarding itself is the reminder that purifies itself. It is not to create a path to the enlightenment, this or that, not at all. It's not to create something from the reminder. It is the reminders that purify itself instantly by the conclusion of Nirodha Nibbana. Whatever that you listen to is the reminder that purifies itself. Use it more often. Then it will be successfully benefit to purify oneself and samsara simultaneously. However, don't listen to grasp something from listening. It is listening that purifies the listening itself. This is not to grasp something from listening. Once you listen, then use the reminder that purifies itself constantly. Let go of the letting go itself. This is the reminder that purifies itself, child. It is not the reminder that creates something out of it. That's not it at all. It's the reminder that ends within itself instantly. Let go of the letting go itself like this. Step back to let go of the letting go itself with everything. With everything. Step back to let go of the letting go itself simultaneously. With everything, child. Step back to disengage from disengaging itself simultaneously with everything. Step back to let go of the letting go itself with everything, child. There is only the forward gear, not backward. Not to fall down from the cliff in the crevice on and on. Step back from the stepping back itself. That is not grasping for the non-grasping itself. Step back to give back from the giving back itself with everything. Step back to let go of the letting go itself. This will dissolve everything. All the delusion to fixate will be dissolved automatically. It will be unlocked. No more locking up. Nothing is going to lock up itself in, detaining itself in, or binding itself to itself. No such thing as that. Step back to give up the giving up itself, to let go of the letting go itself. All that binding delusively will be dissolved automatically, all by itself. This is called the conclusion of Nirodha, of Nibbana. Conclusion of Nirodha and Nibbana for samsara. Samsara will not become any more of samsara itself. For everything, child, step back to let go of the letting go itself, to disengage from disengaging itself, simultaneously with everything. Step back to let go of the letting go itself, simultaneously with the whole samsara. There will be no more samsara. Samsara will not become samsara no more, instantly. With everything, child, step back from the stepping back itself. Just step back to disengage from disengaging itself. Step back to let go of the letting go itself, to give up the giving up itself. Samsara will be no more samsara. Let's proceed simultaneously through the great compassion, so that later on there will not be anyone awaiting to be shared the great compassion with the whole samsara. Step back, disengage from disengaging itself. All the same with the conclusion of the enlightenment. Naturally, there will be no more of samsara. There is just the gear that is moving forward, not backwards. Not just clashing, falling down into the crevice. Even the stepping back is stepping back from itself. This is the stepping back that doesn't grasp itself. It purifies itself. It doesn't grasp itself. With everything, child, step back from the stepping back itself. This is let go of the letting go itself. Give back the giving back itself. In other words, it's called not attached to the non-attachment itself. Samsara will not become samsara instantly. With everything, step back to discard the discarding itself. No grasping for the non-grasping itself. With this, it will not become samsara all by itself simultaneously. The reminders that purify themselves, child. Constantly use the reminders. Otherwise, it's gonna be moving forward with dullness like buffaloes and cows. Constantly stepping back, step back from the stepping back itself. Constantly use the reminders, child. Step back to give up the giving up itself with everything. Step back to let go of the letting go itself simultaneously, child, with everything. As usual, open up widely. Purifying internally and externally simultaneously in the way of widening out. As usual, widen out, child, purifying internally and externally simultaneously. Ceasing internally and externally simultaneously. Constantly step back to let go of the letting go itself simultaneously with everything, child. This will purify the habits of the worldlings that always crashes, projecting forward, aiming forward, soaring forward, is the habits of the worldlings. Let's purify the habits, child. Step back to give up the giving up itself. Step back to let go of the letting go itself with everything simultaneously, child. Step back to disengage from disengaging itself. This will not become samsara anymore. Simultaneously proceed with everything, step back to disengage from disengaging itself. This will cut off the cycle of samsara. Proceed simultaneously with everything, child. Step back to let go of the letting go itself simultaneously with everything. The reminders that purify themselves constantly.